G'day guys and welcome back to another video. In today's video we're talking about this pair of night vision goggles. Now these are the Akaso, I'm assuming I'm pronouncing that correctly, AKASO night vision goggles. These are a Chinese company, and full disclosure, they did send these to me for review. Now we're going to talk about a few of the features of it, and then we're going to go through what I think of the system itself. It's quite a lightweight, compact system for what it is. We have some pretty nice buttons on the top, a very nice viewfinder, if you will. It does come with two batteries in the box, so you can have them both charged up, and then when it goes flat you can swap it over to the other one. However, I didn't feel the need to use the second battery because the battery life is actually pretty good. It takes micro SD cards. It has a USB-C charging port. The left lens here is the one that focuses it, and then we have all our button controls on top. The buttons, you can have them illuminated or you can have them turned off. We've got a couple of screw mounting points, so you can actually put this on a tripod if you wish. It does have this housing on the top which looks like a helmet mount, however they don't supply a helmet mount with a kit, and as far as I'm aware they don't make a helmet mount. I did mention that to them and they said, you know, that's a good idea, maybe we should do that, and yes, absolutely you should, because this would be a fairly good option for, you know, hunters to have it on a helmet and you can click it on and you can then go hands-free. We do have the provision on the sides here to clip a neck strap like a camera and hang it around your chest if you so wish. Yeah, so what is it? It's essentially a very, very powerful 4K camera, which is very light sensitive and helps you see in the dark. This is digital, this is not analog night vision, so it's not tube, it's not the same thing. So there are some downsides to digital compared to tube, but tube you're looking at probably 5 to 6 times the price of this. You get what you pay for, essentially. Now there are two modes on this. You can run it in color mode, which according to their literature has some sort of AI controlled light mode, which gives you color at nighttime. And then it has the standard black and white IR vision that you're probably used to with night vision. My personal preference is I found that the IR mode, as in the black and white IR mode, was smoother in what I could see, and it wasn't as jarring when walking with it on black and white mode. However, the color mode, when I was just scanning around, I was actually genuinely surprised at how good the image was at nighttime with the color mode on. Let's have a look at how dark this setting was. Now this is the local footy ground down the road. Now filming with my iPhone and then switching over to these night vision goggles, you can see the difference of how absolutely ridiculously sensitive this sensor is in this system. All right, so let's just run over some stats. I've got some notes on my phone here. So it's got 2.4 gig Wi-Fi enabled. So I believe that you can Wi-Fi this to a device to essentially pair it so you can see what you're seeing through that, which could be a useful thing if, let's say for instance, you're in a buggy hunting or in a car and one person has these and then you have a screen between you. You could potentially have that slaved so the other person can see what you're looking at, which may be beneficial if you're going, hey look, there's a fox over there, I'm going to look at it, and then you can look at the screen, see what they're seeing and go, oh, okay, now I know where that is, as opposed to the general chit chat between two hunters in a car when you're trying to find the fox because one person spotted it. That could alleviate that, so that's a pretty cool thing. 8-hour battery life. Look, I tend to believe that that is true because, as I said, I've been using these for quite a few weeks now and I haven't had to charge the battery or swap the batteries over for the spare. Now, obviously, I'm not using that all night, every night. I've just been taking it out periodically and using it so that I can, you know, get footage for the review and actually use the device before I tell you how good or how bad it is. So on its normal setting, it's a normal ×1. Now, it's not exactly ×1, so it's not like, you know, you don't bring it up and go like that and go, oh, that looks the same, but you can't really do that with optics either. So, you know, that's not really a drama, but you can zoom in on, so it kind of works like a pair of night vision binoculars too. So you can zoom in, I believe, up to ×4, and then zoom back to ×1, which I think is pretty cool. Particularly if you're sitting still and you're trying to find, you know, the animal you're looking for, you get a little bit of zoom out of it, so therefore you can see a little bit further. So using it how, you know, a hunter would probably want to use these, as an observation device, it's quite good. I tried putting a red dot in front of it. These are not designed to do that. I just thought I would let you know in case that was the way that you wanted to use them. Now, the other little drawback, as I kind of alluded to before, is the fact there is no provision to mount these to a helmet. But then again, as an observation device, you probably wouldn't really have it on your helmet. But, you know, there is no provision to mount it to your helmet. So it's neither here nor there, really. But I really do like, particularly the viewfinder is nice and big. Now I can actually get this in here. I have a drama usually with my glasses and optics. I usually take my glasses off when I use anything optic, like binoculars, scopes, spotting scopes, etc., etc. Even other night vision devices I've checked, I usually have to take my glasses off, which has got like a rubber sleeve thing on it. I can actually sit that up against my glasses, no dramas, which is good for me because then I don't have to take them off like this every time I look through them and put my glasses back on. Now, you could obviously step up to thermal. Thermal observation devices are a hell of a lot better than IR night vision observation devices. That's inherent in the design of what they can see. However, when you compare the price points, this is slightly cheaper by a lot than a thermal observation device. Yeah, so my thoughts on this system. For what it is, I think it's actually really, really good. As an observation device, I think it works well. The technology for digital, in my opinion, is not quite there for wearable night vision goggles in the digital realm. I think there's still too much lag in you know, moving to what your brain processes, which does make it a little bit janky to wear. However, if you're using it static and holding it like you would binoculars and use it as an observation device, I think these are actually really, really good. There's a link in the description below if you want to go and check those out. By all means, go and do that. Do your own research before you go and buy anything off the internet. And anyway, I hope you got something out of that. I will see you next video, and hooroo.